Everybody, and welcome back to Formula Virtual Racing. We are back once again. It's been 2 weeks. We haven't had any Grand Prix, but we're back around Albert Park in the land down and for the Australian Grand Prix. And the man to commentate alongside me, some call him the one-arm bandit. Brendan, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah, and yourself?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm excited for this one. As per always, we have a very competitive grid here tonight, and we have an interesting race in store. We do have rain at the end of the Grand Prix. It has been reported by the drivers. We do have some rain at the end of the race, so that will definitely throw a spanner in the works. But of course, first is qualifying. We've tuned in a little bit late here, but there is a lot of people currently on laps. We'll get Brendan to commentate one in a few moments, as per always. We need to pick someone
damage
who's
for Tycho Kirchhoff, I believe. End place.
So damage for Tycho early on. There's a lot of invalidated laps. That is a common feature. Sam is about to start a lap. Would you like to commentate on this one?
Well, yeah, and into turn one. Portray carry the speed, but also get. Well, let's abort this one, please.
Was that? We'll pick someone else in a few moments once they get Marcel Maggiera sets the banker with a 120.4. Enzo last time out in Baku, the winner with a 120.6. And then there's a lot of invalidations down the grid. Jack's on mediums. Is Lewis going at 19.4? That is the early banker time here in Albert Park. That is one that they'll all have to beat, as not many other people setting times because of this. Avesta's about to start a lap. Would you like to go for this one?
Yeah, just let me get him up here as he heads into turn one. Hopefully not an invalidation. Never mind.
Commentator's curse. This is going swimmingly.
Yeah, we're just going to have to wait here.
So that is Jack Redmond with a 20.7 on the mediums, and Legend has gone second. Legend Rosenberg, the replacement for tonight in the Alfa Romeo. Two brand new Alfa Romeo drivers, Manuel Antons of course being the main driver, and then Legend just a replacement. He's gone second with a 19.8, and the man who's beaten him, Lewis, said he was going to do an 18.4 as a banker. He hasn't did that, and slotting right behind him is Juan Hernandez in the Williams.
Some fast enough time being said, but Lewis right out in front at the moment.
Lewis is doing a very good job, although there is still plenty of times still to be set with a lot of invalidations. Don't think Camper's going to be starting a lap now, if you'd like to comment in on this one, and let's pray he can keep it on the asphalt.
Hang on, what?
Would you like to comment in on Danny's lap?
Yeah. Well, sending in turn one, hopefully it's third time lucky. Yep, it looks like a tidy enough first corner. Main thing is he didn't invalidate. But now heading down towards turn 3, the right-hander. He's slowing down, get in second gear, and then just tread to the left-hander before going through this flat-out right. Take a bit of curve there, but not too much, as that can either result you in the wall or just invalidation. And it's a tidy enough there as well. Keep making sure they doesn't invalidate, get the time on the board early. And now through this fast chicane. Pretty much perfect there, taking a long curve and making sure he doesn't actually invalidate. And now through this last sector, and slow it right down before you have to get on the power here. As it is now up to the line here, 18, 19, it's at 120.1.
A 120.1, Danny can definitely improve on that, but one thing to note is the two AlphaTauris, they've had a bit of a discussion. They're going to start working together and not take each other out, basically, as that's Avesta, who has gone in fourth with 19.9, so I think it could be something to do with the track conditions. And it's not as warm as your time trial, so I don't think we'll be reaching world record pole times anytime soon. Still a good few people to set laps. Aaron McFall in a lap in the mediums, yes it is. Of course, we've seen he had that infamous crash last season with Tyler Davison. As Enzo's out. Enzo's out of the session. It's the classic one. It's the classic crash that he has. He's got on that curb and he's got on the wall, and that is him out of the session. We'll go back to Aaron McFall, though, who's on the mediums, and he's just gone past that point in the track. A lot of people opting for the mediums here, so it's interesting. They might be trying a medium hard. Of course, there was a lot of discussion about a soft hard in the group chats with all the drivers, of course, earlier, seeing which strategy was better. So Aaron he's in the pits. He is in the pits. He hasn't kept that lap, which surprises me. Tyler has gone second with a 19.5. Of course, led the Grand Prix last season and was involved in that crash and was penalised after the race. But Tyler has gone second with a 19.5. That's a very nice lap for the Racing Point.
Yeah, so nice lap. And what? He's had an okay season, not the greatest of ones though.
He is on a bit of a podium streak. He has scored podiums in France and Azerbaijan. This will be a third if he can get it here. As Alex is currently on the lap. Alex, the G, as he's known by. Oh no, he's in the wall. Oh, and that's a front wing on for Alex. Alex the wall man. Alex the bottle, possibly. He's broken a front wing there.
Fun with that tonight.
We are going to have a lot of fun with that tonight. Alex goes to Twitch streamer. Make sure to go and check out his POV to the race, because don't leave this stream. We kind of like having viewers. Oh, Tygo's done the exact same thing. He's clipped off the wall and hasn't lost his front wing, I don't think, which is good. Enzo saying classic Australia quality for me. As Tygo has really butchered that line. I mean, he has invalidated there.
Technically, it's also a classic Australia quality for you.
Oh, Brady's around. Brady has made...
Oh.
Brady's made the same mistake, and that is impeded the Williams. He's already on an invalidated lap, so didn't impede it too much.
So we've had two people crash at two different locations. Well, four people crash, and there's two on one location, two at the other.
That's Jack Redmond with a 19.1, puts himself top of the timesheets. Danny's on an out lap. Marcel's invalidated.
Sam Darcy invalidated.
Practically everyone's invalidated. Legend has just invalidated his time as well. He was a 10 down, but it's still an invalidated run. Not people comfortable in qualifying. That's all I'm saying. There is not a lot of people getting used to this track and getting comfortable with it. It is very, 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 very nervy, I suppose you could say. It's just everyone, if you look at that track map on the right hand side of your screen, everyone who's on track, it's red.
Yeah.
So not good, but I'm sure they'll manage to stick a lap in. It will be important then, as it looks like Legend getting a bit of slipstream off his teammate Manel, heading down towards turn number 3 and flicking it into 4. Let's hope he can keep this car on the circuit. Flick it through the right-hander, fast right-hander, but on the wrong day you may spin off into the wall on that one, as Lewis has gone second with a 19. Oh no, he was always second, sorry. That's my bad. Okay. That's my bad.
Let EXC stop working.
Into the chicane. Legend, oh, he's around, and that's another mistake from Legend, who's not looking comfortable at all on this circuit. He was the fan favourite, well, the driver's favourite to win this race. But so far, the only favourite he's for is spinning here in qualifying. So, that's another mistake from Legend Rosenberg.
Oh, Danny's had to go off-roading.
There's that Danny off-roading. So he's invalidated, and still, not a lot of people comfortable with this one. Sam Davison, currently on the time. He's got through the chicane.
Went off-roading too.
There's a lot of people making a lot of mistakes here tonight. 5 minutes and 30 to go. Sam Davis through the right-hander in... That is, of course, changing for 2021. He's kept it invalidated, so this is kept it validated. Apologies. So this isn't the last... Isn't it going to be invalidated? Here comes Sam Davis across the main straight. Is this going to be enough for provisional pole position? It's a 19. It's a 19 flat. That is pole position for Sam Davis. as we can see his championship rival just out behind him on track. And this is looking very, very good indeed. Tyler Davison currently on the time. He is improving and gets off that curb nicely. Doesn't make a mistake there, so this could be an important lap for Racing Point. He's the only one here tonight. No Kyle, who's off doing Torpedo League business. Yeah, we're better. Had to get that one in, of course.
No Kyle at Kyle Albert Park, which is just unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate. There's a lot of joke opportunity in there for us. Here comes Tyler into the right-hander. Very quick round here, we've seen in previous seasons. Well, last season. Into the right, on the curb, accelerates onto the main straight. Is this going to be good enough for pole position? It possibly might be. No, it is a tenth of an improvement, but it is no positional improvement. Tyler stays 4th position. And is there anyone else on a big lap? Alex is invalidated once again. There is rain at the end of the race. Yes, thank you, Enzo. That is that's important to know, and it will be interesting because the man we've seen quickest in the rain, who seems quickest over the rain, is Jack Redmond, and then Tyler, also quite quick in the rain. Not around here necessarily, just in general. He is a very quick wet weather driver. But Brendan, do you think Sam can't keep this pole position?
Well, the thing is, it took him a bit of time to get the lap in, which is the only thing. As Jack is on the lap now, so that's something we will note.
He's on the lap heading down towards turn 3. Gets on the grass a little bit there, so that wouldn't be ideal, flicking it into the left-hander. If you nail a lap here around Australia, it is very satisfying. That is something I can tell you from a bit of experience. It feels very nice. Jack is improving. Not improving by enough, however, to take this pole position, and this might be his last lap of the session, because I doubt he'll get back into the garage and back out unless he does pit on this lap. Into the middle sector, this is the short mini straight, no DRS or anything as it is curved. Of course, Albert Park is halfway a public park. Into the high-speed chicane, very satisfying if you nail it down. Jack absolutely pins it, and onto the back straight. This one does have DRS, however. And into Sector 3. Of course, the Sector 3 split is just here. He's kept it clean, and is he improving? We haven't been told, so we'll have to just...
Or no, we missed it. It was a bit earlier.
Oh, okay,
the end of Sector 2 is a chicane.
Oh, he's back down into the pits. So, wasn't obviously a positional improvement for Jack. He's going to go and get some extra fuel in.
Let me see that then.
That was quite odd. Oh, that was very odd.
No, he had improvement, for sure.
Oh, Brady's completely missed his entry into that corner. That was really odd for Jack. Aaron McFall is going to start his lap, however. Of course, Aaron seems to be quick around here. Has been very unlucky in previous seasons. Takes turn 1 and 2 very smoothly, does Aaron. Down this back straight. Sam Davis stays on an out lap. Lewis is on an out lap. Both Red Bulls coming out at similar times as well. Have the Williams. Oh, there's been a spinner there for the Williams team. Oh no, they're just both going very slowly. Oh, Adrian Teisch has been... Oh no, he's on an out lap as well, luckily enough. Thought he was given a big block. As Aaron is on a lap, let's see where this one could put him. He's in the second sector, and he's heading onto this back straight. We've seen 2 mistakes on the right hand side, and we've seen 2 mistakes up at the high speed chicane. Aaron, this lap seems to be very nice. It's 47.6 middle sector, so it is not too bad at all. We haven't been given a purple. I mean, he's not quickest. Brady getting out of the way, not giving Aaron an inch of slipstream. And into the braking zone. Aaron pins the throttle. Luckily doesn't lose the car. Let's see where he can go. This is the second final corner on the track. You have to navigate this right-hander, which can be very tricky in the rain, which we will see later on. Where's this time going to put Aaron McFall? It's going to be a 19.3. It's P3. P number 3 for Aaron McFall. It's not pole.
Brady stopped.
There's a lot of traffic. Sam Davis there has got his starting final
on an out lap, but he's not going to make it.
Manol's invalidated, meaning he will not be setting a time. Adrian Teisch has just started his lap behind Sam Davis there, and Jack is on an out lap, and he's not going to make the line unless we have a glitch. He's not going to make the line.
Might.
We could have that glitch. We normally do get it. We get the start lights glitch. That's
He's
actually
slowing. You wouldn't do that if he was...
Yeah, no, he's gonna. I think he can make it. Because Manel is going pretty slow as well, as if he's going to start a time. I think we do a bit better to take a delay.
Alex is going to be behind him. He's got to get on with it here.
That's Marcel.
Or no, sorry.
But here we go, we're going to have a nice battle for pole position as Sam's validated and he's just straight lined the high speed chicane. So Sam Davis Day has given up his final attempt for pole position. Lewis McWilliam is 0.2 of a second up. That would pop him up towards the even more front end of the grid. He comes down this main straight, down to the right hander. Brakes very late, sending it all into the corner in this Red Bull Racing, which he so loves to drive this season. He's picked up some great results, including that race win in Paul Ricard. Sam Davis staying in the pit lane, not giving his teammate a slipstream, so they're obviously both battling for this pole position. As here comes Lewis, enters the final corner. Where's this lap going to put the Scotsman? It's going to put him in pole position with a 19 flat. He's just about beating it. What Jack Redmond's saying, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, Lewis.
No, Jack or Alex is setting his lap here. 18. It's just been 19.4.
It's P number 5 for Alex. The watch is all on Jack because Tyler has invalidated, meaning Jack needs to take this because it is a Red Bull 1-2 if he wants to split the two who he's battling for a championship with into the second last corner. This is where he needs to gain the time. Lewis was a little bit slow through here, pins it out of the final corner. Danny's been disqualified. Here comes Jack Redmond across the line. Is it going to be pole position? Yes, it is. It's pole position for the Irishman with an 18.9. He just about beats it. Marcel Magiera has invalidated. He's gone 10th, sorry, with a 19.9. But it will be the AlphaTauri ruining Red Bull's day with pole position in Australia. My Halloween for a heck of a show. Look at the gap from first to pole position. From first to pole position. Here, listen to me. From first to P2, it is 0.055. Jack Redmond on pole from Lewis McWilliam, who actually lived in Australia for a while. That is a fun fact. So I suppose you could say it's a half-home Grand Prix because he lives back in native Scotland now. Sam Davis Day in P3 is now only a 10th off, so very close. And then it drops back with 0.3 of a second to Aaron McFall in 4th position. Juan Hernandez, best of the rest, you could say, in 5th for the Williams outfit. Alex in 6th, followed by Tyler 7th. Legend Rosenberg will start 8th on debut, Avesta 9th. And Marcel Magiera will start 10th. Manuel Antons will start 11th position, followed by Clyde Glennon in 12th. Enzo King 13th. Adrian Tice 14th. And then the no-time setters were Brady Pollock in 15th position. Tyler Kirchhoff in 16th. And then Danny Camper getting disqualified from the session. Don't know what that was for, but he will start 17th and last for this Grand Prix.
AlphaTauri driver did start at the back last time.
Jack started 3rd last season and he won the race. So it's going to be interesting. Remember, we do that wet patch at the end of the session, so that could throw a spanner into the works. Brendan, do you have any early predictions?
Well, let's see. Well, obviously Jackie seems to have the pace round here, so we might see him win. But then again, who knows? It's still a very close one. So let's see, maybe you could see... I think Alex can end up on the podium.
Everyone is slagging Jack for saying that he had no confidence heading into this race because he was complaining about it. And he's only gone and got pole. Thank you to the 6 people watching, I believe. Your support's greatly appreciated. I'm in for a cracker of a race. See, the strategy now, we can't really tell what it's going to be because we have rain. Somebody could chance a soft medium, or somebody could just stick it out with a soft hard. But it really depends how much rain we get, because we could get it on the last lap. We'll run through the tyres nevertheless. Of course, the top 10 are all on softs. Manel on hards, followed by Chloe, Enzo, and then Danny Camber at the back is on hards. Brady and Tygo, the 2 McLarens, are on mediums. And then Adrian Tice is on softs. I don't really know what's happening at the back of the grid here, but it seems as if Tygo is just waiting behind Danny. Of course, it is surface and carcass temperature, so you do have to heat your tyres. There's no just knocking off someone to invalidate your lap. It is still, you do have to get a bit of the temperature.
You from your formation lap.
That is what I meant to say. Don't worry about that. 29 laps around Australia. It can be a bit of a durable one. Bit of an endurance. But it is going to be a very exciting race, that's for sure. The top three here, Jack, Lewis and Sam, all very quick. An underperformance, you'd have to say, from Legend as well, down in 8th. Tyler has good race pace, and so does Alex, so we're in for a cracker. And Avesta as well, you can't really take him off. And then Danny coming from the back, that'll give us a nice little showcase at the back of the grid anyways. So thank you to, there is 9 people watching now, I believe. Thank you for your support. And we hope we provide some great racing here. Rain at the end of the Grand Prix. Let us know your predictions down in the comments. We'll read a couple of those out, hopefully before the race starts. Jay saying, why are you guys talking about me when I'm not even racing?
Huh?
That one's gone over my head. I'm not gonna lie. That one's gone over my head. Lining up on the grid here in Melbourne, Jack Redmond on pole position. His last season's teammate Lucas Faust on pole, but he didn't go on to win the race because we don't speak of Lucas anymore in this league.
Okay, well, technically you shouldn't have just mentioned him in the first place.
Thank you, Brendan, thank you. Always keeping a logical side today. Oh, Tygo's just spun, and I've just caught that on stream.
Oh, no, just... no. Well, that's what we do with tyres. But it does come with the caveat of tyre wear.
Oh well, we're going to pretend we didn't see that, Tygo, as we get ready to go racing here in Melbourne. Lining up on the grid.
Probably some slightly cold tyre for some people now.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. We'll have a start lights glitch.
Engine driving.
We go racing in Australia. What's the race start like for the AlphaTauri? It is not bad, but Lewis has got a flyer up from 3rd position on the grid. Sorry, Sam has from 3rd on the grid. Heading into turn 1, it all looks pretty clean. Is there any crashes on the apex? Aaron is very slow through that start. It looks all clean back, bit of grass flying. And starting at camp was already up to 60th position. Looks like the Williams might have got damaged. Danny's absolutely sending it. Danny's absolutely sending it. Jack Redwood bolting from the race start. It's the yellow flag in sector 1. That's Tygo Kirchhoff. We spun round. There's Adrian Tice getting caught up in the mid pack.
Going Danny. And now Tygo as well, so...
Tygo getting caught up in the Williams with a contact between them. The Williams just letting Tygo Kirchhoff go through. Looks all clean at the race start as Juan has got Aaron. Aaron got a very bad start on that race. And now Legend trying to find a way past Tyler Davison, I believe. Heading into the fast chicane for the first time. All smoothly through. Nobody overly pushing. Tyler having a little bit of a wobble on the apex. Oh, there's the Ferrari. Yeah, that's no. Big collision. Big collision. Big collision. Avesta Racing has really given us the description of the land down under.
And I think that might have been a big collision.
That was massive. I don't know if you've seen that. He barrel rolled about 3 times in the air. Avesta's out.
Oh, I see now.
As Sam Davis has gone into the pits. So I wonder what's happened there with the Red Bull. It is tyre change. He's gone for hards and taken advantage. And there was a lot of pitters at the back of the grid. As now Lewis will be on hunt for Jack Redmond. That was a hectic crash from Avesta. And now it is Ferrari in 16th. And Avesta out of the race. Oh, Alex getting really slidey down in 7th with his teammate Marcel behind him. He's lost a bit from this race start. As Aaron is going to be attacking the Williams of Juan. Overtaking not easy around Albert Park, I will tell you that for free.
Well, I think people could work that one out for themselves. And I think Aaron, if he's going to be like Juan's defending an FVRA yesterday, it'll be a tough one.
Juan, a very nifty defender, but Aaron is very quick and a very good overtaker, the Northern Irishman. Got the overtake burning now, he's going to go for it. On lap number 2, goes to the outside, Juan defends the inside, Legend making moves at the back of the pack, and Aaron's run off onto the rumble strip, and it looks like Legend Rosenberg could counter on this one as he's just made a move up past Tyler Davison. Very, very intense start to this Grand Prix. Would you like to run through our winners and losers very quickly?
Quickly. Well, Jack, as he's out of DRS already, and DRS is barely even activated now. And meanwhile, Juan, he's up a couple of positions. Lewis hasn't done too bad. Aaron, he isn't great. He had a bad exit there. Legend went out, so is Tyler. Alex lost a little bit. Marcel, Bunny, Brady, all up a couple of positions. Chloe's actually up one position. Sandazzi's pitted, and the rest all pitted, and some of them have lost out there. Wait, I think Enzo's disconnected.
Oh, I think he has. We'll get him an invite. I did give him spares, but I'll pop him one very quickly. We'll just get him. I'll get him back in the race. He is online, but I'll give him a spare invite just in case. Gap up to front 1.2 seconds. Lewis has closed it a little bit. Aaron McFall going to be trying another move on Juan Hernandez, possibly.
You'd probably want to get past. He's this close already.
Here comes Aaron. He's gone to the inside, he's just about squeezed it through, but he's got the job done, Aaron McFall. That's a very nice move from Aaron to get up. That was a beautiful shimmy to the inside, and he's got the job done. And now Juan is going to be under pressure from Legend behind, who's actually made a bit of contact with the Williams there. It doesn't seem to be front wing damage on the Alfa Romeo, however. It's Lewis that's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
But not by enough.
If he nails this turn 1 and 2, he might get a chance down to turn 3. That's a yellow flag. We have a VSC, and that's Tycho Kirchhoff out of the race. All we can see his car stranded there. It's upside down. His car is upside down.
Well, I mean, anywhere but Australia, it would be the right way up.
What is happening at that corner? If this was real racing, we could possibly have 2 fatalities so far. What is that?
Thank God this is a video game.
Yeah, thankfully it is a video game. I don't know what's happened, Tygo. He's just ended up upside down. Meaning we've had 2 cars possibly airborne in this race. Thankfully, which is a real shame that this race isn't sponsored by Emirates, because it would be brilliant media publicity. The Emirates Airways Grand Prix. Or Ryanair even, because of crash landing. But I think we are going green, as we've just gone green. Aaron's been caught out big time, and now Juan Hernandez is going to pounce on the Irishman for a move. He's going to have to try running outside, heading down into the... Oh, there's contact! And Aaron's gone off! Aaron is off into the gravel, and possibly out of this race. Juan is off as well, and Juan has big front wing damage. That's not clever at all from Juan Hernandez, and will be under investigation from that one. But I think Aaron might have closed the door a little bit. Juan is now into the pits. Has Aaron got the car moving again? He has, but he is suffering big front wing damage, and I'm sure if this was real, as we've said, he would have suspension damage. But this has now put Legend up onto the podium position, 4.3 seconds behind Lewis McWilliam, who's now right on the back of Jack. And now Tyler is also right on the back of Legend, so Legend isn't doing that good. He doesn't need to catch us. Is that Brady Pollock going for a move on Adrian? Adrian's struggling quite a bit. Has he got a bit of damage possibly?
No.
No damage. As where is Juan going to come out? He's come out just behind Manuel Antons, who has also made a pit stop. And Danny has... And Enzo have got in front of Aaron. Is Enzo back in this race? Yes, he is. So he did disconnect. That was a good spot, Brendan. Thank you very much for that one. As there's going to be an unhappy man in that Haas cockpit of Aaron McFall. But still, they are going to keep in this race, because anything can change at the end with the wet weather. We're bound to have a safety car at some point. We've had 2 big crashes. One car was upside down and we didn't get a safety car. So that only goes to show. Another man who...
guarantee you to be a little bit of debris then, and there's going to be a safety car.
Yeah, or you know what happens sometimes there isn't even a crash and they just bring out a safety car, just a bit like the Formula E suits today, make the race a bit interesting. just bring out a safety car.
Yeah, so then the cars are going to run out of fuel then, are they?
That did happen actually in FVFS back. Some people will remember that in Monaco. You ran out of fuel.
Know.
Of course, in F2.
That was so cars.
Of course, in F2 cars, you don't get to control the fuel, so it is literally they give you a set amount of fuel. Legends made a big mistake. Tyler Davison's just gone straight past the Alfa Romeo. Legend has made a very poor mistake there, and now Tyler is going to get that move done with a beautiful helicopter shot heading into the chicane here. Very late in the race for Alex. He's now right behind the Dutchman. Oh, another bit of a wobble. The Legends obviously really struggling in the cockpit of this Alfa Romeo. Sam Davis going to be trying to get past Chloe Glenn in the Williams because he has made a pit stop. He's gone for the hards, but same tyres on the car in front, so it is an even battle. The man currently leading the championship is Sam Davis. He's close one a bit wide and got a warning for that, as well as the 3-second time penalty. Is Sam going to try? Legend in the pits, so when he tapped the wall, he might have got some front wing damage. Sam Davis gone round the outside. Legend's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That could come in crucial at the end of the Grand Prix. We've seen Lucas Faust lose the win here last season.
Attempt. And if there's rain, this would pay off.
An undercut attempt for Legend. He may come out in traffic of Chloe and Sam, however, he is going to come out in traffic. So Sam Davis has got the jump on Legend, which we expected him to do.
Well, he was ahead anyways.
He was. So it's going to be an interesting strategy battle till the wet weather period, that is for sure. As that is Juan Hernandez and Manuel Antons, the Spanish versus the Portuguese. It'll be quite an interesting battle if this one develops, but I don't think it will.
2012 vibes.
I was thinking more of that war they had vibes, not really a football match, but whatever. Here comes Alex, though. He's going to try and move maybe on Tyler. He's going to go down the inside of the racing point. That's a 2.5 from Alex. But will it pay off? Tyler Davison with a beauty switchback on the German. But Alex is going to keep this one in and hopefully not make contact with the Briton. He hasn't won the position.
In the pits, so
both in the pits. So Lewis and Jack both staying out and managing their own races. Oh, Alex has hit Tyler! Alex has hit the back of the racing point. Is there front wing damage on the Mercedes?
Yes, there is.
He's getting a wing change. And Tyler's got 5 for speeding in the pit lane. He will get that removed, but he's going to have to make another pit stop. But he still could get it removed once he doesn't pit under safety car. That's frustrating. That's really, really frustrating, because that was completely Alex's error for hitting Tyler in the pits. And here's Legend. Where's Legend going to appear? He's going to appear behind front of the racing point. So close for Legend. Just about squeezing through that gap.
Definition of undercut.
That was so close. Oh, he's punted the Williams. Legend's punted the Williams into the gravel. And he's now off in the gravel. He's completely mistimed his braking. And from one, he's punted the Williams off into oblivion. And now has ruined both races. And they're both completely his fault. That is not going to look good. As a debut driver, and Chloe is now out of the Grand Prix, and we have a safety car.
Lewis and Jack will be fairly happy now. Marcel actually is going to be gifted here.
Marcel has been gifted well and truly with this safety car.
So is Alex, because now his error with Tyler, well, that's just been taken off.
What was Legend doing?
Well, he has no line, so obviously he has to rely on the braking boards. So if he messes up his braking point a little bit, like he doesn't.
Brady Pollock has also gone in the pits, so he's going to go for the hards just till the end. So has Adrian Teich, and so is Sam Davis staying, making a second stop. Tyler surely has to stay out if he wants to get this penalty removed, because if he serves it under safety car, he cannot get it removed. He's not going to take the lead of this race, but he will be back up into P3. And he's a witness of a murder. He's just seen the Williams be assaulted. Oh, is Marcel going to take this one, though? Oh, he tried to push it. He tried to get that one, did Marcel. Sneaky moves. Sneaky moves.
Well, the thing is, when you're on the pit entry and exit, you do not, like, the safety car's speed limit, like, Delta does not apply. So you have to push it flat out and exit. And a common example of that would be Vettel in Australia 2018.
Yeah, very good call there. It's a double stack in Alfa Romeo due to Legend becoming a torpedo. Sam pitted for a strategy call. Yes, of course he pitted for a strategy call. He's gone on mediums now and he's going to go to the wet weather patch. So this is a very exciting race so far, and it's only going to get better.
This will only bring the wet weather closer and closer.
Yeah, this is bringing the wet weather closer, so going for mediums was a good call.
But sometimes the mediums are just better than the hards, both in grip and wear.
Mediums are very quick around here. They are very quick around here. That is for sure. And the message I've just sent to the F1 Banter chat is I think the drivers were scared of Legend for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
He has. He's really something crazy there.
I think you can take some of your messages in more ways than one.
Well, last season we've seen a big crash in Australia. We've seen Aaron get killed. This season we've seen you get killed.
Breaks, is it? Considering who is doing the killing.
Both them races was an AlphaTauri win, and we have an AlphaTauri leading so far. Obviously, if it's an AlphaTauri 1-2, I'm just going to give Danny I'll just give him. I'll send him a trophy personally if he can get second place in this race.
Well, mind you, there was an AlphaTauri constantly at the front, anyways. Like at the start and the end of this race, like there was one AlphaTauri and then became two. So is Jack taking the Lucas Foss role?
Well, he's gonna hope he doesn't get 2 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane or whatever Lucas got them for. So it is getting very dull here in Albert Park. It is getting a bit dull. You can certainly see that. Yeah, as we're on board with Adrian Teich, who's currently in 8th position.
Or POV.
To be honest, I don't think we need it. We've seen that one on stream.
Oh no, she just got punted into oblivion.
I can imagine somewhere in Ireland there was a scream for a moment. I can imagine. I can imagine there was some sort of scream because that was a bad crash. We've had 3 bad crashes here. Thankfully, as we've said, it is virtual racing and nobody gets hurt unless you do have an expensive wheel that may rip off your hands. Safety car in this lap. We're going to get ready to go racing. Jack Redmond will be controlling the restart ahead of Lewis, and then Tyler and Marcel in 4th, Brady in 5th on a set of mediums. Let's see what this South African can do.
Oh no, safety car restart. I can remember season 1.
Do you remember season 2? That was even worse. Here comes Jack Redmond.
Is Mercedes going to overtake everyone?
Oh, no. Mercedes in 4th, overtaking everyone. Here comes Jack Redmond. He's slowed it, and we go racing for the 2nd time here in Australia. He's calling out Lewis McWilliam big time. Lewis has been caught napping by Tyler, and Tyler's going to possibly make a move up into 2nd position. Hopefully not execute anyone on the exit. On this occasion, he's nearly spun himself though. We look down the pack. Is anyone going to go for a late lunge? It looks like everyone's gone for a clever option, and there was no Williams being sent into that gravel trap, thankfully. As Jack now is pulling a bit of a gap on Lewis. It is definitely getting duller here in Albert Park. We are definitely going to start to see some droplets of rain very shortly, I'd say, as Adrian's got 3 seconds for corner cutting.
Tyler and 2 championship contenders. That's what we said in the chat.
Juan Hernandez and Alex now side by side as we head through there, and this looks like it's the Red Bull of Sam Davis. They're going to look to get involved on the medium compound tyres as chief strategist Kyle Davis. They pulled off a genius strategy. Sam's gone round the outside, and that may be the best move you'll see all season. Legend is looking to try safely pass someone for once, and he's going to go down the inside of Alex. Can Alex lynch two positions in the set of two corners? Oh, they've made contact. They've made contact, and there's been somebody spun around. Danny and Aaron have made some sort of contact, it looks like, and Aaron has been sent to the back of the grid. But what an overtake by Red Bull driver Sam Davis today. That's really a championship effort.
I'm concerned about the fact that Alex got mugged off by about 3 or 4 drivers in the space of about 1 chicane.
Oh, Enzo King's gone for some points now, up to 10th position. Nice job by Enzo after he did that disconnect.
Oh no, Bonnie's didn't get a good
Brady Pollock trying something on Marcel Mazziera. He senses the tyre advantage and he senses some opportunity. Does the South African-born McLaren driver. Marcel's had a bit of a wobble though, so that's not looking too comfortable for him. It's Brady right on the gearbox of this Mercedes car, something you don't see often. As that's Manuel Antons making some moves, the Portugueseman on his debut, making some moves. That's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's Danny Headcamper. Oh, sadly, I don't think he will be scoring points here today unless this rain really does throw a spanner in the works.
Oh, he's gone again. 360 this time, which is nice.
Yeah, Danny, yeah, well, that's unfortunate for him. But we do have racing to concentrate on. Sam Davis, they're going to look to get past Juan Hernandez now. The Williams, he's making moves. He made one ridiculous move around the outside. He's going to try and make another. But Juan really closing the gap around this tight circuit. Is this Sam going to send it? Oh, that's very, very dirty. Juan's lost a position to Legend Rosenberg, and he's now spun.
I know Juan's in trouble here. He's going to get past by Alex. As well, Sam probably could have waited on that one, honestly.
Sam probably could have waited on that one, but he's got it, and he has entered as we have a virtual safety car for Danny Headcamper, who has crashed. Hopefully hasn't gone airborne like we've seen the 2 other people before.
Well, that's 2 VSC. If we had 2 VSC, so 3 VSCs in a safety car now.
We have had this 3rd VSC in a safety car, yes. Hello to man, bro, in the chat. It's first to see. As have we started to see some drops of rain? We haven't yet.
Well, this is... One thing is, how heavy is the rain?
I'd say it could be inters, because we're on lap 13 out of 29. We still have 16 laps to go, but I think it might be intermediate conditions, because I don't think we will have enough time to get into those full wet compounds of tyres. As we now go green. That's Brady calling out Marcel Mazziera. He cannot get it as Alex has picked up 3 seconds for corner cutting. As Juan Hernandez going to try make the move. Oh, he's gone for it round the outside. Juan's really going for some dangerous stuff today, and he hasn't got the job done.
Well, it hasn't got the job done. I guess you just missed a few words there.
Yeah, he hasn't got the job done, unfortunately. But Enzo King will be trying.
Oh no, Sam Davis is gaining and Brady here. Oh, he's going to go for this one.
He has Brady trying around the outside. Legend might look to get... Oh, contact! No. Big crash! Sam Davis, the championship leader, has been sent, and Legend has once again caused a monotonous crash, and we have another virtual safety car.
That's it for the safety cars. And so now Sam Davis was doing everything right there, but Legend was gaining so much he ends up having his front wing where it shouldn't have been, and
Now Sam has to pit, and this is a really scrappy race. This is very, very messy, as we have our 4th virtual safety car of the day and 1 safety car, meaning this is it. We'll be on green flag running till lap number 29, no matter what happens, because that's how Codemasters work. As we now go green, Sam in the pits, and has Lewis gained anything on Jack out of this? He has. He's pulled it closer. He is now 4/10 of a second, 5/10 of a second behind Jack Redmond. 12 runners only left in this race after Legend DNF'd, and he is going to be penalised for sure if he does do any more reserve appearances due to taking out the Williams. As Lewis is now going to try fight his cause and take some points off Jack Redmond, courtesy of his teammate, for the championship lead. As Aaron's picked up 3 seconds for corner cutting. Jay saying Legend's the new him. Jay, you never caused monumental pile-ups on every occasion, I'm afraid. This really hasn't been a good...
Legend is actually fast, so...
Legend's very fast. He just really hasn't given himself a good look here. But speaking of a good look, things are looking good at the front of the grid for Jack Redmond. Lewis doesn't seem to be able to catch yet, as it is getting dull, and we know for a fact we do have some rain approaching. We don't know how much, but we do have some rain approaching. As Brady is now a second off Marcel, so it looks like the mediums don't seem to have an advantage over the hards here.
Well, we just have to wait and see.
The rain could come, but it mightn't be heavy enough for Inters. That could screw over a lot of people here. Particularly everyone on mediums, Sam and Aaron.
Oh no, Sam's on softs. You have to pit, remember?
Yeah, I know. I mean, everyone on mediums and them.
Yeah.
Basically everyone not on hards. As Aaron does set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Things have died down. Thankfully, that's probably due to the lack of over...
Speaking of that, Aaron's just went for a spin.
Oh. Aaron does not have good memories of that corner. That's for sure.
He just went into the corner, then had a flashback, and it was just like, no.
As the only real close cars on track is Juan, Alex and Enzo. The 3 of these scrapping over 6th, 7th and 8th position at the back of the grid. As we do need to keep an eye out for droplets of rain, because it could start at any point. It could start randomly, because this is Codemasters and logic doesn't matter. As Khalil saying Aaron McSpin in the chat. Hello Khalil, hope you're keeping well. As is Juan Hernandez going to try something on Aaron McFall? He's not quite close enough, but he is on mediums. Aaron is on hards. He could go for something now. He's got down the inside. Big send from Juan Hernandez into the brakes, and that is Alex who's got the switchback done on Juan, but Juan keeps it in and there's contact made. Alex sent across the gravel. What is Juan doing? Enzo's on the outside of Alex now. Alex just seems to be getting mugged off left, right and centre in this Grand Prix. Juan has got the move done. It may have been
a bit of a catastrophe, let's be honest here.
You just wanted to say that because that's Alex's favourite pun.
It had to be included. It had to be.
Juan isn't looking the cleanest today, that's for sure. But we've got to ignore that for now, as it looks like Enzo King and Manuel Antons may be looking to get past Alex fairly soon.
Manuel's picked up a time penalty here now, so that doesn't help his case.
Yeah, maybe Manuel might be looking to drop out of the points more than getting past.
Well, Bunny is fighting behind it, and Sam Downs is a further 19 off, so...
Yeah, I don't think he's falling out of the points. But we do have the wet weather period that could cause chaos. We do have to remember that. Sam has picked up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Lewis and Jack have bolted from Tyler. Tyler is now in a comfortable 3rd position, which would keep a podium streak on. So Tyler doing very good. Let's see what Brady... Can Brady have a look to get past Tyler and Marcel? He's on mediums, he hasn't made most of them, that's for sure. But he now does have a bit of DRS, bit of ERS, more than Marcel does, that's for sure. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe you can try and get into P4 and then maybe P3 if possible, but it's the P5 was
It's rain. Good. We have rain. Sorry to overcut you, but there is droplets of rain out of that corner. I'm really sorry to overcut you there, Brendan, but we now have rain and it has started to rain. How badly? Not bad at all. We will get another lap in on these slicks, I'm sure. Well, Jack and Lewis certainly will. Although it's getting very bad, but I don't think it's time for inters. I think they will have to try manage under the lap. Does Jack stay out? Yes, he does. Does Lewis? Yes, he does. Does Tyler? I imagine he also will. I think, though, next time they come around to the pit lane, we will see a heavier chunk of rain here in Albert Park. And anyone who raced in FERA yesterday will get an advantage because it was an intermediate qualifying.
Yeah, the qualifying doesn't always translate perfectly for the race.
Here comes Enzo King. He's on the outside of Alex to try take P number 7 off the German. Has he got it? He's got it a lot cleaner than Juan has, that's for sure, but he has got P number 7. Nice job by Alex. No, Enzo. Alex got passed. I didn't mean to say that. That was poor. Apologies. And on the rain conditions for the leaders, it still doesn't look too bad. I think we might get another lap in unless it drastically starts pouring. As the rain doesn't look too bad, I think we may get another lap on the slicks, as Jack does seem to be pushing quite a lot. He's not easing, as that's Brady and Marcel. Oh. Brady's locked up a bit though, and it looks like Marcel Magiera will keep this P4 with a nice switchback. Good job, Marcel.
Let's see, neither in the pit.
Yeah, everyone's staying out. It's too early for inters. It is way too early for inters. As it looks like Alex is just going to drop even more because Manel is now on the back of Alex. Here he comes into turn 1. Gonna try and keep this one clean as Manel. He's gonna try around the outside of the German and gets the job done. Alex has really had a poor day at the office here today, which is really unfortunate because he's a very fast driver.
Yeah, they are just them kind of days.
Lewis and Jack are still pushing to their heart's content on these slicks. They're not taking it easy at all, that's for sure. Hello to stricken AlphaTauri driver Danny Camper, who sadly DNF'd from this Grand Prix. He's in the chat. Hope you're keeping well, Danny. Khalil saying, in my opinion, Lewis has to pull the trigger. I would agree with that, because if he just goes the same lap as Jack, he's not going to gain anything from it, but he would lose a podium, possibly, so I don't think he's going to risk it. Tyler's picked up 3 seconds. That could come in crucial at the end of the Grand Prix. He will get that 5 removed. And Brady and Marcel are definitely easing off.
Marcel, is it? And Brady are near to... Oh no!
Oh!
Tap.
There's been a tap there. Now Juan is on the back of Brady on medium. It's starting to get sunny on that left hand side. Is this rain not going to be strong enough for wet weather tyres?
It is odd.
Yeah, it does seem odd. We may not get the strong rain that we expected, which would just kill all these mediumers, because surely they're not going to go to the end, especially Juan. His tyres are probably dead already. As he's really gone late on the brakes on Brady. He needs to remember it's now wet weather conditions. Sam's done it. Sam has pulled the trigger on the intermediate tyres.
I think he's got no choice, really.
26.7 seconds, 29.2 seconds, 31.3 is the gap to Sam Davis. No, is the gap to Adrian Teich. We need to keep an eye on that gap, although it doesn't look like it's time for inters just yet. Marcel's picked up 3 seconds, and that'll help Tyler's case here. Lewis is struggling though. We know Jack is a quicker wet weather driver than Lewis. But
Lewis is always still there.
Lewis is really struggling. Lewis is really struggling. Now, once DRS is disabled, it's normally time to box for the inters. But we're getting closer to the end of the race. If someone gambled at just staying out on the hards, that would really play well as Sam. It's not time for inters, definitely, just yet. But it seems to be a crossover point, as there is Alex and Adrian in the pits for the intermediate compounded tyre. We're at the crossover point here. We're really at the crossover point. No tyre is really quicker at this point. They're both terrible. But Jack is definitely more comfortable on the hards than Lewis is, that's for sure. I say that as he nearly spins. Juan picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings, so he is starting to run a bit wide as well. As look at the gap at the front, 1.8 seconds now. That was 8/10 starting this lap.
For the moment.
Yeah, dries are definitely still faster, because look how quickly Aaron's caught Sam Davis today. He's on softs, old softs, as Sam is really struggling on inters. And I imagine Jack and Lewis will stay out another lap. Jack stays out. Lewis also stays out, and I can imagine Tyler will stay out as well, because he's in a comfortable spot in P number 3. He does. Marcel also stays out. Brady has to pit, by the way, because
Brady. A huge oversteer there.
Brady started on the mediums. He has to pit purely to change his compounded tyre. Juan's in, Enzo's in, Manol's in. So we have a couple of people pulling the trigger onto the intermediates. The yellow flag in sector 2. It's Lewis!
Oh.
No, it's not. It's Sam. Sorry. Okay, that was a big blunder.
Sam.
That was a big blunder. I'm sorry. That was a big blunder.
That was a David Croft.
Manol's gone for full wets.
What in the...
No, that's... Yeah, I'm sorry, Manol. You're done.
No, that's a misclick.
That has to be a misclick. Surely he hasn't gone for full wets. These guys are really going to struggle. Yellow flag in sector 3. That is Sam Davis Day again, who's obviously just burnt out those inters. Does Sam get a point for fastest lap if he retires? As Manol has just crashed and retired as we said that. Full wets were a mistake. And no, he does not get a fastest lap point if he retires. As I don't even know where Manol's crashed. Oh, there he is. He's just spun off and into the wall. So that is another debutant. No, Manol got disqualified from his debut. He's DNF'd from his second race in the league.
I know, I swear he's done more than...
Jack's in. Jack is in the pits.
It's a tradition to keep thinking this is his debut. Every race is his debut.
Yeah, I think it is. Lewis also in the pits. And Tyler is also pitting, so we are definitely at the inters now. Let's see Juan. Where can Juan appear in all of this? He was a good chunk behind the leaders. I think Jack will still keep the lead of this race. As Marcel's got 5 for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Marcel, no.
Not great.
Lewis has been held.
Oh, dear.
Lewis has been held. He's lost. Tyler's now been held. Has he got out in front of Lewis? Yes, he has. Lewis has lost loads of positions.
Marcel out in second.
Marcel has got out in second position because he's in a Mercedes. Juan is in second position. Juan has pulled a masterclass as there's contact between Enzo and Brady. Enzo is now in 4th position. This race is really spiced up. Tyler's in 6th. Lewis is in 7th. So the people who pit a lap earlier for intermediate tyres have made the right call. Jack Redmond leads this race by 13 seconds over Juan. The man with no confidence is now leading with 5 laps to go by 13 seconds. But this is going to be an almighty scrap for Tyler and Lewis to try salvage what could have been an easy podium if it was the dry conditions. As if there's one... Oh, there's yellow flag in sector 3. That is Aaron. Aaron has spun on the main straight. He's still on course to score points, is Aaron.
Lewis isn't happy with Sam Davis Day.
Lewis got held up because of the double stack. Sam had pit just before him. Meaning Lewis has been held up due to a double stack by his lapped teammate. So this has really opened up the championship in Jack Redmond's favour, because he was a point behind Sam, who's not scoring, and in third was Lewis, who's down in 7th position. This has really created a big opportunity for Jack Redmond that he did not have coming into this Grand Prix.
Well, yeah, this will be a huge extension, or well, he'll be in the championship lead, and it'll be a good margin as well.
Agents picked him another 3 seconds. I'll run through the penalties quickly while we're here, because there's no real overtakes. 3 for Juan, 8 for Marcel, none for Enzo, none for Brady, 3 for Tyler. Tyler served that 5, so he still can't get that removed because it was served under green flags. None for Lewis, 3 for Alex, 12 for Adrian.
Oh yeah, that's what held Tyler.
That's what held Tyler. But he can get that removed at the end of the race. He just needs to try keep within 5 seconds of Enzo, because Marcel has penalties, so he'll easily drop. Tyler is very quick in the intermediates, as we have seen, and now is looking to try and find a way past Brady Pollock. This could be a very good move for Tyler if he can nail this one off. It's going to be around the outside for Tyler, late in the brakes. Can't find a way past Brady, who is being a stalwart in the Racing Points plans.
Oh, well, a torn on the side.
That one works as well. Welcome to References with FER. As Enzo's on course for his 2nd podium in 2 races. He's currently on course for P2. He was 16th on lap 1. He was 16th on lap 1, and he's now on course for 2nd position. What a turn up for the books for Enzo, and Brady's ghosting for some reason, but now he's unghosted, and Tyler's gone down the inside of the South African, who's now on the outside. Oh, don't go too wide into here, lads.
Oh no.
And that has ended like everyone predicted it to, as Lewis. Oh, Lewis has put him in the wall! Lewis has put Brady in the wall, and now that could hurt Lewis even more, because he'll now be under investigation for causing a collision. Alex goes right on the outside of Brady, and this has really messed up Brady's chances. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Brady. There was not much he could do there. There was not much he could do at all. I think Enzo may not be on for P2. Juan is pulling away, but Jack Redmond leads this Grand Prix by 15.4 seconds.
The biggest winning margin
is 22 seconds, I believe, by Danny Heckhamper in Season 2 in Silverstone. Also a wet race, as Enzo has not Enzo, apologies, Marcel Maggiera has nearly made a bit of a mistake there. He's had a slide, he's called it well now, as Alex could look to get past Lewis. Lewis is not going to be happy with Sam for being held up in the pits.
Well, no, he expressed that in the FPR banter chat. So.
I have not seen that, so I would not have.
Because Alex now 6 seconds, so that doesn't help him.
As Brady is in the pits, he'll still score points. Aaron's a minute and 5 behind. But our DNFing would give Sam points, so if there's a DNF, that will give Sam Davis another point. Sorry, he already has the fastest lap. He got that in the dry, of course.
So see, if he ends up getting fastest lap in the last couple of laps, there would be some big concerns.
There really would be, considering they're lapping about 15 seconds slower than in the dry.
Yeah.
As Tyler is currently in the gap of Juan. No, he's not. He's not in the gap for Juan to take P2 back. As that's Lewis and Alex side by side. Alex trying down the inside of Lewis. He's got it done as well. There's front wing damage on that Red Bull, I believe. Yes, there is. There's end plate damage. Hence why Alex has gone up into 6th position and is going to salvage some sort of a result here in Australia. Although I think penalties could hurt his chances if we're on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix.
Well, yeah, I mean, Juan, he's up in P2 and at the moment would pretty much stay P2. But then Tyler has got 5 seconds to remove. Alex, well, he's got 6 seconds. Marcel's got 8, so they'll drop down a bit. But Lewis then is under investigation, pretty much.
He's under investigation for that incident with Brady. I think it might be I don't think it'll be too busy night for the stewards. I think it will be an okay one. We'll definitely have Legend in there a few times in the steward's office, that's for sure. Especially with that incident with the Williams.
Well, Australia, and then there's Mexico next. It shouldn't be, well, it can be chaotic on lap 1, and then Monaco. Oh
well, stewards are going to have a busy time, as that's a Red Bull. That's Sam Davis Day out of the Grand Prix. He spun at that corner, and that's no fastest lap point for him, unfortunately. Oh no, he does get it. Yeah, no, he does get it. He does get the fastest lap point. Apologies, he does get it. No safety car as we head on to the last lap of the race. Jack Redmond bottles this one now. He'll be at the biggest bottle in the league's history, surely, because he's leading by 16.8 seconds with 0 penalties.
Well, yeah, that'll be almost 20 once the penalties are all applied.
I know, it's, we don't apply the penalties for the record for the biggest winning margin. It will be still 22 seconds by Danny Hickamper, unless everyone dies and Jack pulls a magical fastest lap. Remember when I said they were lapping 15 seconds off their times in the race? Mm-hmm. Jack Redmond's lapping 3 seconds off his times in the dry.
No, that's just a sector.
Pretend I didn't speak.
We'll gloss over this.
Yeah, he's now 4.6 down, so he's not lapping 15 seconds. He's still lapping very fast, but it's not going to matter because this is the final lap. What a terrible weekend for Sam. Indeed, he'll only get a point out of this, and that's due to a fastest lap. When he did start in number 3, he hasn't won a race this season, and it has been bothering him. Rounding the final corner, Mr. No Confidence, Jack Redmond takes his 2nd win in Australia and his 1st win of Season 3. Jack Redmond wins the F4 Australian Grand Prix. And penalties are going to decide the rest. I think Juan could still take a P2 here, as he is 3.3 seconds ahead of Marcel. Here is Juan Hernandez, home for 2nd position. His second of the 3rd season. Marcel is going to finish in 4th. Tyler will get up onto the podium as Alex will crash across the line, as Lewis will finish 5th. 5 seconds won't matter. He's 5.2 behind Juan. Adrian Teisch is going to come home and take some more points. He's going to come home in... Oh, he might come home in 9th. Brady could snatch this one because he does have quite a few penalties, does Adrian?
Wait, hang on. No, Enzo is meant to be up at the podium.
Yeah, Enzo glitched, but Tyler will finish on the podium due to his penalties being removed. Williams team boss celebrating it's a podium. As Jay giving you a little bit of a nudge here, saying Jack deserves the safety award.
Yeah, okay. Alright then.
Driver of the day for the game is Brady Pollock, but I think Enzo could be on for a driver of the day with that result once he unglitches, because he did finish 3rd.
Or maybe we'll just give it to Legend for irony.
Why not?
Or no. Or no, we'll give it to Jack. We have to keep this somewhat serious.
Jack Redmond wins the safety award and wins the Grand Prix. He's on the podium, on the top step for the first time this season, and he will extend his championship lead by even more. What a race for the Irishman. AlphaTauri like Australia, don't they? A 1-2 and another P1. As Jack takes the Grand Prix win. Juan will take 2nd and Tyler will take 3rd. Enzo will realistically finish 4th with Marcel 5th. Lewis 6th, but will be under investigation for that incident with Brady. Alex will finish in 7th. Brady will finish in 8th. Adrian Tice will finish in 9th. Aaron McFall finishing 10th. Sometimes the DNF'd, but will take the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Manon Tons will finish in 12th due to a DNF, and legend Danny, Harry, Tygo and Avesta, your other non-finishers, but some of them being quite controversial, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, that was very controversial.
Avesta's crash was cool. That was
You're saying it's
crash.
cool, well, it could have been a fatality in real life. Okay, Evan.
I'm sitting at home on a Saturday evening watching a TV screen. There could not have been a fatality in that.
Well, yeah, what I was saying in real life.
Obviously, I wouldn't say it's cool in real life. But I believe that is all we do have time for here in Australia. Join us next week for the Mexican Grand Prix. That one is going to be an interesting one, obviously. Somebody in the chat saying my Instagram is TOD fast, how can I join? Ah, nice one, Lucas, nice one, Lucas. Very funny, very funny. Brendan, any final words?
Not really, but this championship is swung, well, majorly in the favour of Jack. So, you have to be hoping now that he could be able to just hold on to this one. He cannot afford any bottles now, because that could end up, well, maybe ruining his title chances. He has a good lead, but he can't let it go to his head.
Well, 24 points now is his lead, I believe, because he's taking the race win. Sam's taking the point. Thank you all very much for watching. We do hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe and stay well.